from BuySide Global. We're offering the trading indicators and systems since 2014. A lot of our customers come from purely day trading futures. 98% of customers are future traders. We have small customers who does outside. They use our systems to do the swing trading or like even the options also, but that's a very list. But we are primarily focused on futures day trading. Particularly, a lot of our customers use ES, crude, and then NQ. Few are YM and other markets as well. Okay, for us, order flow and then the supply demand are the main focus or on our strategies. If you look at all the product suites, focus on those strategy itself. Today, I'm going to talk about the product that we released early in December. Since then, we are upgrading it as much as possible. The reason is supply and demand is so versatile system. There's a lot of ways you can trade. So before I move to the next, start with the presentation, I need to cover the disclaimer in terms of please understand trading is risky. Trade only, risk only the amount that you can afford to lose. Also understand the risks involving based on the past results or hypothetical performance data. Everything has limitation. If you need to understand the general disclaimer about day trading or risk involved day trading, please go to buysideglobal.com /disclaimer. Okay. Again, if you have any questions after the webinar, if you need any other assistance, take a screenshot here. Our email is info@buysideglobal.com, and you can call during business hours, New York Standard Time, 435-659-8581. Okay. Today we talk about supply and demand a lot, but today we are releasing the upgrade of our latest product, supply and demand based trading signals. Still, I want to cover why supply and demand, how powerful it is, and then give a little bit of overview about the indicator. In addition to those, the main two focus I'm going to focus on, I'm going to show you the live chart and demo in terms of the upgraded software, the signals, how to trade. I have something in the end, if that's something I don't want to expose it now, but I'm going to show you in the live chart something a lot of customers and prospects want to see to make the decision. So I'm going to show that as part of my chart demo. A lot of the times we always present our product and then the demo, but today I wanted to little bit of time allocate for a training, particular training that I did personally as one-on-one to some of our customers. They really liked it. They really appreciated the way the strategy that I talked about. I'm going to cover that very quickly as a slide training to you. If something you can take away from today's training, it should be this particular training, how to trade with the less stop loss risk. The reason is that we are betting against in the market with the dollar amount right now, right? So the stop loss is where we make money or lose money. A lot of the times, the common mistakes when I talk to the customers, I see again and again one particular mistake they make again and again. So I wanted to cover one quick training on how effectively you can trade with a less stop loss risk. I have some slides. I'm going to show you the demo also in the chart. I'm also going to show the proof how it exactly works. All right. Of course, in the end, I'm going to cover the special offer what we have as part of the second software update for the BuySide zone entry trading signals. All right. Thank you for joining. Keep the comments coming, because so that I know you guys are active. More active you are, that'll motivate me to cover more information. So I know I'm going to talk about only the trading signals, but I wanted to cover a little bit about why we are here, what are the mistakes we make to not getting the goals. I know a lot of you are here to make money. in the end, we're all here to make money in day trading, either it's a full-time income or a secondary income source, or a lot of our customers are working from home in one computer. They want to make extra money. And then a lot of customers love day trading. They talk about day trading a lot. They love day trading. Making money is always added bonus. But in the end, the goal is to make money. But the problem that I see in the market right now, a lot of new traders coming in with a very unrealistic expectation in the market. In terms of few years back, before the social media, every day trader who is coming to day trading, they have one thing in mind: I want to learn day trading, I wanted to um, master at it, and then I want to make money. But all the social medias, they show in terms of, oh, if it happens this, if it crosses here, if you do this, enter long, you're going to make a lot of money. It is the $1,000 per trade. The social media, somehow I feel like they're teaching the bad habits of what to expect from day trading. But I have been in trading for so many years, but one thing I can tell you, that is no successful trader reach their goal within a matter of time or overnight. It takes time. It takes time to learn, practice again and again. So that's one thing I want to reiterate one more time, in terms of, please don't look for a magic money making machine instead of trying to learn the day trading skills or trying to master the skill. That's most important part. Okay, money making, like every education, talk about like engineering, medical, every income skill. I'm talking about every income skill. You need to learn and then acquire the skill in order to make the money. But somehow the traders, in new traders coming into the day trading, they want to skip everything in terms of, I wanted to make money like right tomorrow, where's the magic bullet? That's what they're asking for. Okay, so again and again I want to say, when we say our product offers even though trading signals, it is going to show you in terms of, if you can buy any book in the market right now, how to trade supply and demand. It talks about certain things: how to draw the lines, how to draw the zones, look for the breakout, everything. We automated everything for you, so that you don't have to do almost like 60% of the hard work where you can make mistakes. Okay, we try to make everything for you, so that like you don't have to do some manual parts: drawing the line, finding the zone, finding the demand, finding the breakouts, finding the stop loss level. Everything is taught in the books for years. We just automating the same process. So it's not something new. It's been used by so much in the market for so many years. Okay, so, and also I know some of the traders are here. I can see the names. They are here in the trading world for like so many years. If you are a beginner trader, please don't ever jump into trading in real money until you are able to understand the system, able to practice the system, and then until you are profitable in the simulator trading. Please do not jump to real money. The reason is that whoever jumped into real money prematurely, they really get frustrated by losing the money. They quit much early. We're not waiting until you reach the final destination. The traders who stayed in that learning and the practicing, mastering the skill for longer time, they are the one succeeding in this industry. We have been in this providing the software for trade trading for so many years. The customers who we have now, same customer from 2018, 17 now, or those customers who stayed in there for long. They picked one strategy, mastered all. Anyone we can see come and going. This like trying to switch different things. Let's see which one makes money, which one is those things. Again, there's no one strategy market. There's so many way strategies. As long as you pick one, learn that, master it, practice it, make it profitable in similar trading before you go into the real trading. Okay. All right, so I just want to throw it out there because I want to set the expectation. What we see every day when you talk to the customers who succeed, we can see a pattern in terms of when you talk to them. Okay, again, as part of the presentation today, I'm going to show you the strategy, the system, as well as how you can follow the strategy that being used by so many traders, not only NinjaTrader, not only our customers. This strategy is used by almost, if you look at like a trading view based like millions of traders, or like a think or swim, doesn't matter. You can find supply and demand traders in every single system, every single market. It's not something new. We're just removing your manual work of analyzing the chart, finding the zones, finding the breakouts, finding the entry points. We're just automating it for you. Algorithm do it for you, but system is the same. But once you practice, once you learn, once you master strategy, doesn't matter what are the goals are. So again, learning, mastering is the goal, and then making money is a byproduct. Please understand that particular part. Okay. Again, I don't want to spend too much time. We spoke again and again, last webinars, every single webinar. Supply and demand is nothing but, let's say, demand zone. Demand zone is where the higher buying interest coming together and then making the price move towards up, and then they control the, they even hold the price not to go down beyond particular price point. That's what we call it as demand zone. That means that if price come down to demand zone, the buyer steps in, do not let the price to go down and try to push the prices up. That's we call it as demand zone. On the contrary, we call supply zone is where the sellers will step in when the price reaches a certain zone, try to push the prices down. A lot of traders, they draw these lines manually. They use those strategy across different ways they can. This is a system is more reliable because it's a repeatable behavior again and again. You can always backtest the strategy, any instrument, any market, in terms of day trading, short period, or swing trading, longer period, even the investing, it still works. Because when you see the news like this, the institutional or the larger institution still uses the supply and demand base. There's no other proof than because have you never seen in news or any other institution, I use this particular software to make money. No, they talk about the strategies. They always talk about the strategy in terms of supply and demand based, or breakouts, or like they talk about all the strategy. All right, so I can show again and again how institutions or top traders use supply and demand, just to show the proof of how supply and demand works. So if you look at any trader, supply and demand based trader, they don't even need any special software. They can draw the lines, they can find the zones, they can find the powerful levels, everything. They can draw, they can trade, because they know the strategy, they know how it works. Okay, if they are trading on the think or swim, give them tomorrow NinjaTrader, they will be able to trade. Take away NinjaTrader, give them given like a simple what is it, trade station, they can still able to trade. The reason is that they know the strategy, they can execute it irrespective of the platform. They don't need any magic bullet. But what we have is like we wanted to provide a lot of manual work, analysis of the chart, pricing action, everything, so that algo can do for you until the point where you just look, decide, and place a trade. We take care of, our algorithm takes care of everything continuously, right? So again, supply and demand strategy depends on how good you are at finding and drawing the supply and demand levels or charts. Okay, there is it takes time to learn those things. There are a lot of traders who spent a lot of money in going to the lot of bigger training institutes, paying a lot of money. They learn, it takes years, but in the end, those, once you learn how to draw effectively in terms of how to find the strong versus weak demand zones or supply zones, that's the secret behind how good you are going to be in the supply and demand trading. But what we do, we are going to cut short that learning curve, or like you need to do it, you don't have to do it manually. Our software is going to do that for you, in terms you don't have to draw those lines. Remember that lines we talked about, these lines, you don't have to draw those lines, because the software is going to continuously analyze those charts, finding the weaker zones versus the stronger zones. And then when there is a really stronger zone, the breakout from there, our system is going to provide the signals for you. It does everything except placing the trade for you. Instead, it's going to give you the signals as a long signal, short signal, and also the most important point, it's going to give you the stop loss, exact place where you have to place a stop. Okay, can I ask you a question? I want to see how many people really know or experience in trading. Let me ask you the question. Try to think a little bit and then try to answer. I want to know how many of you know really about trading. Let's say, doesn't matter what setup you use right now in the market. There is an entry, there is a stop loss, right? And then target. The three things always we talk about. Do you know if you pick between trade entry or the stop loss, which is the most important factor in your to succeed in your trading? If you pick between trade entry, the price where you enter, or the price where you place a stop loss, which one would you pick the most important factor to decide your trading success? Let's see how many of you can enter, because I want to give the reason. Don't say just answer, please give me the reason why, because that is the most important factor. I'm going to give you why. That's when you will realize the power of our trading system, because until then you will not. Okay. Thank you. I'm getting 100% answer. Everybody said stop loss. That's the answer. Yes, if you pick the perfect stop loss, that is going to determine your success or failure. Okay. It's not because stop loss control your loss in your trade. Stop loss is the place, the exact price point where the price moves above, let's say long trade. If the price moves above your stop loss, that means the trade is still, the trading strategy is still active. You can stay in the trade, right? Moment the price goes below your stop loss, that means you have to pick the exact price point where you need to be able to decide above this price, the strategy fails, below this price, the strategy succeed. That's why you don't make the trade entry and then pick the stop loss. This is the very common mistake. Almost 90% of the new trader does. Okay, they pick the trade entry. Okay, they pick the trade entry, and then they place the stops few ticks down to the entry. How many of you do that everyday trading? How many of you pick an entry and you place your stop just few ticks below your stop loss? If that is not the right way to do it, what is the right way to place your trade? Who can answer me? Can anyone answer me? What is the right way to enter a trade? Let's see if anyone can answer that particular question, because that is the most important factor. They do not, it takes years to even for me to understand. No, Becca, no. So here's the answer. Instead of trying to find the entry and placing the stop loss, you should really find the stop loss first. You should really find the stop loss first, where exactly the price point where if the prices go below this level, it's no more a long trade, it fails. Once you know where exactly the stop loss goes, then your trade entry should be very close to, wait till it comes near your stop loss and then you enter. Okay, I'm not sure I'm saying it, I'm explaining it right to you. Do not pick the trade entry and then place your stop loss. Instead, try to pick the stop loss exactly, not pick. You need to analyze, calculate it, find the exact stop loss where you know if the price stays above this level, it's a long. If the price goes below, the trade is done. I think I cannot stay anymore. Once you determine that particular level, then you can trade. That's what our system does. That is exactly what our system does. Okay, that's why supply and demand is much more important. So this is a screenshot. This is a screenshot of our trading signal zone indicator. You can see on the price below, the signals are marked with yellow bordered zone. The yellow triangles are the signals, not the green ones, not the red ones. Once you buy software, we will know in terms of what are those. But think about it. If you look at those trades, the bottom, the demand zone, can you see my mouse? Can you see my mouse where I'm moving? Can you see my mouse? Just want to say here, if you guys can see my mouse, yeah, okay, great, thank you. This is where our system, in terms of it calculates this signal here, signal here, signal here. The power of our system relies not on the trading signals. The power of our system relies on finding the effective stop loss level, which is base of this rectangle, bottom of this rectangle. When we say bottom of this rectangle, so the zone is where the stop loss goes. If you buy the product, in the training video that we provide, we tell our customers, please place your stops 2 or 3 ticks below based on your risk tolerance. Place the stops below the zone, below those yellow bottom edge for long trade. That's the most important part. Why? If the bottom of the rectangle is the stop loss level, we're giving a error of margin, so that any kind of liquidity sweep, we don't want to get caught. We want to put it right there. Okay, so that's why we say signals is a signals. Okay, but if you know where the stop loss goes, if the price goes below, okay, uh, system price is moving up direction, but it is failed, signal is failing. So that means you want to see the signal, you're going to see the exact stop loss level. Wait till the price come back to it or anything, and then enter a trade. Okay, so look at here. We have signal right here. Price moved up, supply pushed it back down. We said the signal again, pushed it back down. We give the signal again, but the power of system relies on, again, how we calculate our stop loss level. It is held by the demand zone. Do you guys get it what I'm trying to say? The stop loss level is the most important factor than your entry. Pick the stop loss level, determine the stop loss level, and then your entry should be based on your stop loss. Don't pick the trade, don't enter the trade randomly and then put the stop loss, fixed stop loss, 8 ticks below the entry, 10 ticks below the entry, or 30 ticks below the entry. Please don't do it. It never works. It never works. Okay. All right. So this is the system I'm going to show you in terms of zone entry signals. There's yellow triangles are the signals, whereas the green and red are the, remember we saw the lines, the supply and demand lines. We are showing you both strong supply, strong demand. Once either one of them becomes powerful enough to make a trade, we are highlighting those zones in a yellow border with the yellow signal. That is what our trading signal. All right. Okay. So part of this release, we are adding 2 more algorithms. We have when we released it back in December, first week we had only 1 algorithm. Last month we added 2 more algorithms. Now we're adding 2 more. That means total we have 5 different ways you can trade. What are 5 different ways? In terms of when the price breaks out the either supply and demand, or on the pullback, or highs and higher lows, or the retouch, there are different ways you can trade. The system does everything for you. Okay. All right. So one of the most important upgrade that we did, part of this release, a lot of our customer asked for it again and again. We are so proud to announce we are able to make the change upgrade in this release, which is until today we recommended our customers to use the ProBars price action chart 15 and 2 for ES and CL, right? We mentioned 15 and 2 for ES and yeah, ES futures and then the CL crude or MES or MCL, right? The biggest the problem that the customers asked again and again was that requires a lot of risk. So on your right side, you can see the 15 and 2, the current setup right now, the signal don't come immediately, right? I think it will wait for 1 or 2 bars. It wait for 1 or 2 bars for the confirmation and then signal appears. But it doesn't matter when the signal appears, your stop loss always goes below the demand zone. You can see the demand zone. In this case, if you're taking the signal on 15 and 2, you are taking almost like 36 ticks, 36 ticks on average, right? 36 ticks risk on ESRCL. That is what a lot of customers wanted to see. Can you update the algorithm? I don't want to take that much risk. If it fails, I'm losing a lot of, I don't want to take that much risk in dollars. Okay, my account is small account, I can't take it. That's something our development team and trading team did the research, were able to update the algorithm after this upgrade. After this upgrade, once you update the new software, you don't need to trade in 15 and 2. You can trade 10 and 2. Pro boss, you can place 10 and 2. How does it help you? Now, if you look at that entry price, if you take the trade immediately after the signal, your stop loss always goes below the bottom of the demand. Now your risk is how much you are risking in each trade is 24 to 26 trade or 28 ticks. That's much, almost like 30 to 33% less risk you're going to take than before. This is the biggest update. Think about it. In a trading where the risk is very limited, that's why we prefer the price action chart. Our price action chart, if you trade in minute chart, you will know in terms of every trade will have a different risk. Sometime that's why a lot of traders use fixed ticks loss. They lose the trade, and then still, oh my God, still it's moving, but I got stopped out. I picked a good trade, but I got stopped out. How many times you have been in the situation? That's again because you picked the entry and then pick these stops based on the entry. That's why our system is reverse. You pick the stop loss and then pick the entry. That's the most important part. All right, so now the biggest update here is two algorithms, our new strategies you can enter. And the most important part is now every trade you're going to have almost like 33% less stop loss risk. That means on average 24 to 28 ticks you're going to take. The target, if the market is moving, you can run with any kind of target. Our system do not provide target because our system is designed to provide you the entry and the stop loss. Most importantly, the stop loss. All right. Do you have any questions regarding the less stop loss risk I'm trying to explain? Does everybody understand? Do you have any other questions in those? Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going, before I go to the live demo, I want to teach you one more thing. The NQ, we used to give the NQ as 40 and 5 and 50 and 5. Now you can do 30 and 5, 30 and 5. You can do 30 and 5 in NQ. Okay, so everything you can reduce it back to 30% down. Every instrument NQ 30 and 5 now instead of 50 and 5. ES is instead of 15 and 2 is now 10 and 2. Crude is 10 and 2 instead of 15 and 2. All right. Okay. Okay, we are very close. We're getting there. Before we jump on the live demo, I wanted to teach you one more strategy about how best you can manage your risk. Okay, so are you ready? This is, please listen, guys. This is the training I'm talking about, which I gave part of our Some customers buy the one-on-one training, which we provide the training. I teach this particular strategy for some of them because I use this on everyday trading. Okay, so let's say this is the signal. You see a signal right there and you want to place a trade. Okay, what are the different ways you can place a trade? Okay, let's look at this one. Let's say the signal is right here. The white line represent your entry. Let's say you're entering right here. Okay, if you enter right there, where does your stop loss go? Stop loss goes always below your bottom edge of the demand. I don't recommend putting right on the edge because sometimes edge touched, there will be a liquidity sweep. We tell them, I would put 2 to 3 ticks, but you can put whatever you want, but please add at least 1 or 2. Okay, that's my suggestion. But okay, so in this case, if the entry goes here, the stop loss goes here, target, it could be anything, whatever you, I'm going to leave it up to you. But the point is not the target. The point is the stop loss. Let's say you are entering the trade here, you are keeping stop loss here. When the price moves, in a direction, how would you manage your risk? What are the best ways you can manage your risk? Will you keep the stop loss level always here, or will you move up? If you move up, can you please reply in the question section, when will you move up and where? Can you reply? If the price moves in your favor, here's your white line is your entry price, and then the orange line is your stop loss price. Let's say the price moves in your favor. When will you move your stop loss and where will you move? Can anybody answer? Come on, guys. All of your traders, you guys definitely would have been doing this every day. Come on, give me some answers. Okay, break-even point. I like that. That means, okay, break-even point. Next support level. I like that answer. Yeah, next support level. After break of structure, other things. Oh, wow, I have different answers. That's very good to hear. Okay, let's talk about the, so while you have the trade right here, when you have trade right here, anytime the price could reverse, on the other side, you can hit a stop loss. So you cannot keep your stop loss in the same place forever. Okay, that we all agree, right? Let's say the price moves in your favor, you have to move your stop loss either to the next demand level or above your just above your entry price, so that you are break even. Once you reached break even, you're not going to lose anymore. That's the very first goal. Very first goal is to protect your capital before making more money. Okay, the immediate goal is always protect your capital before making the money. So what will you do? You have to move your stop loss. You see me, I moved, my price moves on the 4th bar or 5th bar, I'm going to move my stop loss here. The problem with that is, as I told you, we picked a stop loss where price will not cross. Okay, price should not cross if my theory is right, my strategy is right. But if I move the stop loss, it can reverse and touch that line, and then it can go back. You can see price can still go up. It can retest those lines. What will happen? You will be out of your trade, and then after you out of your trade, when you see your price moves in the same direction, you're going to get a lot of frustration. You're going to get really mad when it happens. Okay, now the question is, what is the best way? What is the real best way to do manage your trade but still reduce your risk? Still reduce your risk. That's the question a lot of our customers ask us every single time, right? Every time there's a trade, your risk is the most important part. How you reduce your risk. But if you move the stop loss just because the price moves a little bit up, like let's say 4 ticks or 5 ticks or 8 ticks, doesn't matter. I entered here, okay? I entered here, price moved up all the way to here, in this case 10, 12, 13, actually 16 ticks. Once I see 50 ticks, I'm going to move my stop loss here. Guess what? price is going to reverse, you're going to get stopped out, you're out of the trade, price still moves. So instead, what we teach our customers in a one-on-one trading is this. Let's say you have two contracts, okay? If you have two contracts, you're going to enter the same contract in entry price in two contracts. You're going to have the stop loss in exact same place, both contracts. But for the first contract, if you have two contracts, if you have four contracts, maybe first two contracts, have the closest, something like smaller targets. Why? Once a price moves in a particular price point, that means instead of moving the stop loss up, you are taking the first contract profit, this margin here, you are realizing that profit to offset the loss for the remaining contract. This way, let's say the first contract is touch the target. I took the profit on the first couple of targets in there. That means the remaining contract, even though stop loss is here, I'm not going to move the stop loss from there, okay? I'm not going to move the stop loss from there. Even though I don't move it, virtually my risk is reduced by half. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? Trying to reduce the risk without even moving the stop loss is by partial contract strategy, okay? In this case, my goal is to reduce my risk by half without moving my stop loss. That's what I did. Do you guys get what I'm saying? If you can reply, yes, I get it, I don't understand what the hell you're talking about. If you can reply back anything, that'll be really helpful. So, okay, thank you so much. All right, so the idea is try to, stop loss is the most important factor. If you move your stop loss prematurely, the chances are you may get stopped out and be out of the trade. But eventually you're gonna move. You're gonna move your stop loss up once it price is way up, right? So that's different story. Prematurely, if you move it, you're gonna get stopped. How to avoid it? By partial contract strategy. Have two contracts. One contract's very small targets. This spread of the profit is going to offset the reduced risk, but still I can keep my stop loss here. That way I can still stay in the trade longer. Look, in this case, I reduced my risk. It came back twice and then went up. So does it helpful? I just want to teach this one before I go to live demo. How many of you guys thinks it's helpful or just a waste of time? All right, thank you. All right, so let's jump into the live demo. Okay, so I just wanted to go to the live demo of the product. Okay, so all right. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Wayne. So I have a ES and a Pro bars. As you can see, right now I have Pro bars set on 10 and 2. All this time, all our customers, we recommended trading on 15 and 2 for ES and CL. Now you can trade on 10 and 2 because we optimized the signals and then the product on the lesser risk. That means you can take less stop loss risk and then able to trade. Okay, now 10 and 2, and also let's go to the indicator by itself. Okay, as you can see on my right, the trading signal types, we had only one before when we released in December 4th, and then the end of few weeks back we introduced two more. Now we're adding another two strategies. Okay, so now we have 5 strategies. When you install the product, you're going to have by default enabled number 1 and then 4 and 5. Why we are not default enabling all of them in the chart? The reason is that there are some signals with a higher confidence, there are signals with lower confidence, or there are signals you can trade even on a choppy market. There are signals you can trade only when the market is trending. Okay, that's why we are going to enable by default on the signal zone breakout and retest, and then signal break and restart, and then on signal bounce. Those three you can trade even on a choppy market, okay? Because we're gonna have more choppy days than the trending days, okay? That's why by default we're going to enable only those three. But of course you can enable all of them, you can trade. But our recommendation is on a choppy day or any day, you can have these three strategies you can trade. When the market is really moving based on a market news or a Fed announcement, I really want you to trade based on include those two as well. Why? If your market is moving faster, those three choppy day trading signals, you will not have enough opportunity. But on a trending days, please use the second and third also. That means you're gonna have entry points every single move when the market is moving. So these number 2 and 3 are more aggressive trades when the market moving on more aggressively. Whereas number 1, 4, and 5 are designed particularly for the choppy days or everyday trades. Okay. Everything else you can keep it as default for now, but again, you will have complete. We have to produce a new training video for the updated one. We will send it middle of next week or something. But now we have much more signals, lot more signals in terms of when we release our product, December 4th, very first time we had only one strategy. I remember how the feedback from some of the customers. I like your system, what it does, everything. I can see how powerful it is, but I trade only 1 hour per day. I don't have much time, but some days there are no signals. That's the first feedback we got when released very first time. But now we have more and more strategies in system. Now you're going to have more and more signals, not like random signals backed up by algorithms, those things. Okay. This is ES. Okay, so the real, okay, I can show you the signals, but how I can prove you the system is reliable and you can trade. Okay, because that's something we always try to find a way how we can prove that to you. Okay, so in this case today, I'm going to show you something that we are not offering today as a discounted product or offer. Is it okay that if I use a supply and demand trading bot to prove the power of the signal? Okay, but when you purchase the price I'm going to show in the end, you will not be getting the trading bot because it's separate product. But is it okay for everybody if I can use the trading bot to instruct the trading bot to take all these signals, trade in a certain way to show you the power of the signals, even though that's not something we're going to offer the discount on those signals. Okay, all right, let's see. So along with the new upgrade we did during last few weeks, my goal is not only to provide the updated software to show the power of the signals to you guys. That is no better because I can show the charts, I can show the signals, everything, right? You can see how much powerful. Look at this. Look at those when they have signals. How many times it bounces, holding this level. The power of our signal, not on the trading signal, on the stop loss level. How better? No system is 100%, right? But how powerful our signals was able to hold it, the zone, our stop loss level. That is why you can again look at this. These places. You can see how much powerful. Once you enter it, the stop loss level is the most important factor. All right. So what does the up yellow triangle is a long trading signal. Down, why is it down? Okay, let me show you down. Okay, here you can see the down triangles represent the short trade. Okay, yellow and red are not trading signals, just to show you the powerful strong supply demand zones. Only yellow up and down triangles are trading signals. Okay, now let's go back to the strategy. I'm going to, because we not only upgraded the indicator software, we integrated the software signals into the bot. You can see in the trading signal, this is trading bot. This is a BSG supply and demand trading bot. You can see same options. You can see the same 5 options of entry algorithms. I am enabling 1, 4, and 5, like I mentioned just before. Same exact. I'm not going to enable all 5 because supply and demand bot is nothing but it's like a dumb secretary. That's what I would say. What it does is it's doing the task for you on your behalf with your instructions, right? So what I'm going to tell the bot right now, trading bot, take these signals, put the stop loss here, put the target here, move your stop loss this way, manage the trade this way, exit the trade this way. It's like giving the instructions to the bot. Bot does not have its own thinking ability, right? Trading bot is just the automation tool. I'm going to tell exactly what it should do. In this case, I'm going to tell the bot same exact ways. Look at the trading signal, our trading signal software. Take the trading signals. As soon as you see a signal on those 3 strategies, okay. I have a setting saved. Okay, scalping settings. All right. So what I'm telling that, remember that we talked about the partial in terms of how to manage a risk by partial. We even automated that part in the bot right now. I told the bot enable the partial quantity have a fixed target. That means I enabled it. I have 2 contracts to trade for every signal. Out of 2 contracts, one contract, first contract, I just want 8x fixed target. That means I want to reduce my risk of every trade by closing the first contract early with a smaller target, but still keep my stop loss on the base of the supply and demand. Do you guys get it? Okay, I'm going to have the stop loss mode, fixed ticks. I'm going to have the 20 ticks profit on every single trade. I'm going to have the partial quantity, and then I'm going to remove all the filters. Why? I just want to take every single signal satisfy the requirement. So I'm removing all, I'm disabling all the filters. I'm going to trade. Okay. Okay, now we can see it trades everything. But one of the most important point I wanted you guys to see, maybe I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, I will zoom in a little bit. Okay, so can you see here? I mentioned that take the trade immediately. Okay, you can see second bar, third bar, it took the trade, and then stop loss here the whole time, and then partial target. This is the partial target, 8 ticks. That means it filled the partial target, but still held the stop loss below until it's a 20 ticks profit, right? That's exactly what I instructed the bot. Bot is just a dumb assistant. It will do exactly what you tell to do. That's why anytime the customers say, I don't know how to use the bot, that means you don't know how to trade. If you know how to trade, you can tell the bot what to do, because bot is nothing but the dumb assistant. You got to tell exactly. In this case, I told the bot to take the trade, place my stop loss, partial contract, reduce my risk, I fixed target as 20. Okay, so now look at, so in this case, you can see I have the partial contract strategy with the 20 ticks fixed target on the second contracts, 8 ticks on the first contract. Stop loss, I'm not going to use the fixed target. I'm going to use the zone entry signal based on whatever stop loss algorithm is going to give it to you. Is going to stick to that. So I'm not going to override this fixed stop loss. So this is from just last week, 129 to 24. Okay, let's look back. Let's move to last week. I'm going to go to last week, same strategy using. I'm getting close to the time. I'm going to cover a little bit more. Okay, so it's the same strategy. in terms of, you can see the same kind of trades. So one other thing, you didn't take the trades here. Do you know why? Because trading bot have the automated stop trading, reaching certain loss for the day, certain profit for the day, so that you can stop the system completely. But the system is the same. Enter the stop loss here, partial target, fixed target, partial target, fixed target. The beauty about the system is that you can backtest it, what target I can have, how much stop loss ticks, like 2 ticks below or 2 ticks below or 3 ticks below. You can backtest it again very effectively in the system. Okay. Again, let's look at the performance for this one. Okay, this is from 20 to 26. It took 29 trades. I know a lot of people interested in the percentage of profitability. I don't. I have separate video for that, because if I take a 2 trade, I could lose my money in 1 trade. I can make money in the second trade. Even though the win rate is 50%, it doesn't mean I'm zero profit or loss or negative, because my strategy is always, when I lose my trade, I lose limited amount. When I try to be positive trade, I try to maximize as much as I can. So winning percentage is irrelevant for me, but if it matters to you, numbers are here. Okay. The reason is that in our system, the risk is limited in terms of how much our system, but the best way you manage, you can always maximize how well you manage your trade. Okay, so upside is always depends upon how best you're going to manage your emotion first. I'm not talking about the trade, because you will manage your trade better if you know how to manage your emotions better. Okay, anyway, let's go one more before we go back to the, I know we are running out of time. Okay, so again, same things in terms of it, because it's this one day shop because it reached the loss, but in the end, it's the same system you can have in terms of your testing. So let's look at the performance for this one. It's small because we had a small profit, but still profitable because the short rates didn't work, market was going upside. Let's move one more week before we jump on back to the presentation. Again, guys, what are the price I'm going to show you, offer I'm going to show you is only for the trading signals. Trading bot is not in the offer. I just using the trading bot to show the power of the trading signals. Okay, because I don't think there's any other way I can better show the power of the trading signals other than the trading bot. That's why I'm showing the trading bot, because this is not a trading bot presentation. Okay, again, all right. So again, the signal system works. You can see that the power of signal in terms of more than the power of trading entries, it's the power of the stop loss. We are able to determine, calculate the level where below the particular point the trade is over. Okay. Okay, here's an example of why we need to add the ticks. Look at this one. The price went up, we got stopped out here. This is where you need to know how best you can stay away from add a little bit more. Institutions spend their algorithms day in, day out to take your liquidity. They know where you're going to place your stop loss. Okay, they know where you're going to place your stop loss. They will try to hunt you down. Okay, so anyway, let me go back to the presentation again. Okay, so again, the system is based on the supply and demand strategy. There are different ways you can trade. It provides everything for you in terms of strong demand, strong supply zones, suggested stop loss level, entry points. You can trade. Okay, it's going to include the signals indicator, supply and demand zones in there, price action chart, pro bar chart, BSG levels for your trade management, and also we can offer the one-on-one 1 hour session as well. Total value is usually almost 2400, but our product is priced at 1290 annual subscription. For this weekend, you can get 25% off using discount code signal, but you have to use this link buysideglobal.com/signals. Okay, buysideglobal.com/signals is a link. Please take a picture because this is information you can't find it in the website any other place, only in the presentation. Please take your phone, take a picture so that you will have the discount code, you will have the link where you can purchase, and then it applies to the first year payment. Also, this slide have the email and phone number where you can reach if you need any information. Okay, do you guys have any? I think I covered all the questions that you guys already have. Rain bot is separate product. I think this purchase does not include trading bot. Does not. Okay. I just wanted to show you in terms of the signals how if you trade it in certain way how it can trade. That's why. But the trading bot is not included in the purchase. You're going to get only the signals which you have to trade manual. When you get the audible signal, when you get the visual signal, based on the stop loss you provide. So this system does not provide, this purchase does not include trading bots. No. Okay. I think I covered everything in terms of what I want to present today. Again, take a screenshot, take your phone, take a picture. The link buysideglobal.com/signals. Discount code is signal to get the 20% off on your first year. Okay. I think that's all I have. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me in the email or the phone number. I really appreciate you joining me today on the weekend webinar. You guys have a great day.